welcome back to another beautiful day in the monkey garden. Let's catch up with what's been happening. So I've got some basil here I bought from the supermarket. I've had it under the polytunnel. It got a bit too hot under there, so I put it under the cloche. It seems to be growing okay. It's obviously crammed into this pot, so I'm going to have a go at separating this out and planting it up, see if it does anything. With the loser it doesn't. It'd be nice to have some basil. I've not got any growing from seed at the moment, but I'm going to plant some, so we'll see how I get on with that. So with potting up the basil, I know the basil doesn't like cold, wet compost around its roots, and that's basically what I've got, is cold, wet compost, and I can't get hold of any more at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a bit of that with some of the dry stuff out of the beds and use that to pot up the basil and see if it likes that. Okay, so they're potted up now. Mixing some of the dry soil with the compost was a good idea. It made it a lot looser. Because I've not got any vermiculite, that's probably quite a good solution. So I'm going to put these back under the cloche. I think they found it too hot in the polytunnel. They'll be too cold elsewhere. We'll try under the cloche. They're a bit of a Goldilocks plant, really. But we'll give it a go and see what happens. So I'm also going to sow some onion sets. I'm going to put some in this bed here, make use of this extra bit of space I've got. So what I've done is I've dressed the surface of last year's bed with some fresh compost. The compost is quite wet and cold, so I've just got it covered up in a fleece. It's nice and warm today, so it should warm up quite quickly. And I've also got some compost warming up in this tray, and this is where I'm going to prick out and sow my lettuce, which is currently over here in the polytunnel. Just get it out to show you. Just lift it up, there you go. So yeah, a few dozen if not hundreds of seedlings there, so I'll prick out the strongest and sow them up, which is something I've never done before, so that should be a bit of a challenge. So that's what's going on today. Yeah, it's another hot, beautiful day in the garden. Here you can see the fleece that I put on top of my peas. Keep the warmth in, keep the squirrels out. I'll probably take that off in a minute and let them have some sunshine, because I'm out here in the garden, I can guard against the squirrels. Okay, I'll leave the video there, we'll catch up later. Right, so the sun and the fleece has done the job. The new compost I put on has warmed up. You might be wondering why I've not dug this compost in. It's because I'm using the no dig method. Basically, inside the soil is a whole sort of microculture of little organisms, and the more you dig into the ground and move stuff around, the more of that you disturb and kill off. So using the no dig method, it's been shown to produce bigger yields, and also it's just a lot less hassle than digging things in. I'll give a link down in the description if you're interested in finding out more about the no dig method. Okay, so I've just got my sets down here, and all I've done is I'm just sorting through and getting rid of any ones that we don't want to use. So basically, ones that we don't want to use are ones that are obviously battered or rotten. We also don't want, if I can find one, ones that have already started to shoot or sprout. So I'll move those out of the way, and then I've picked out what I think is the best ones out of this bag, because I'm not going to use all of this bag, and they're not that expensive anyway. The spacing should be 10 centimetres apart, and I'm going to bury these so that the tip is only just sticking out. There seems to be a debate about whether you should bury them completely or leave a little tip sticking out. If you leave too much sticking out, the birds come along, or the squirrels, and pick them out of the ground. But I'm going to protect this lot with fleece until they start going anyway. Okay, so that's all set up, and now you can watch me plant the onion sets. lettuce that I planted, and they've been very happy growing away in the polytunnel after being started off in the heater propagator. And now I'm going to prick them out into this tray. There's obviously way more than I need here, so even if I mess a few up or a few die, I can go back and do a few more. Okay, so you can watch me do this now, and then I'll come back and see what they look like at the end. Okay, so there they are. That was a bit fiddly. This isn't something I've done before, but I try to be as gentle as I can. And what I'll do is I'll see how these go. If these go okay, then I'll do some more. But they've got good, strong roots on, so I think they've got a good chance. So I shall water these a little bit, and then they'll go back in the polytunnel. Okay, so this is the next morning. It's a very quiet morning. Happy Easter everybody if you're watching this. I've just taken the covers off the polytunnel so I can have a quick check on what my inventory is and what's going on, so I thought I'd let you have a look. So at the back here I've got the leftover lettuce that I didn't pick out. I'll do some more of that. This is the lettuce that I did pick out. It seems to have survived the night at least in the polytunnel, so hopefully that's going to grow on. Even if just half of these make it to plug plants, that'll be enough lettuce to keep me going. With individual lettuce plants, you get a lot of yield. You can just pick and pick again. A couple of peas, which I didn't think were big enough to plant out yesterday. I'll let them grow on a bit longer. For some reason, last year's seed is actually growing better than this year's seed. So go figure. Broad beans, which have been very slow to germinate, but they're getting there. This was last year's seed, but hopefully they'll catch up. Is the courgettes, which hadn't germinated on the windowsill apart from one. Now another couple have come through. Now they've been in the polytunnel, so I'll plant those up. I'll probably plant that one up. Normally what you're looking for with courgettes is for the first true leaf to come through. So these are the seed leaves, and this is the true leaf. Once you've got the true leaf, then it's normally a good sign to pot. It's time to pot up. Here I've got sunflowers which haven't germinated yet. I've also got some upstairs which haven't germinated. Two different types of seed. We'll just have to be patient and see what happens. More courgettes, again, which weren't ready to be potted up the other day. But a couple of these are now ready. They've got their true leaves, so I'll pot some of those up today. These are the ones that I did pot up. They're looking very happy and healthy. They're liking being under the polytunnel. I can't remember what variety each of these are, but it doesn't really matter. What else? There's some more coriander, which I sowed yesterday, and some more lettuce, a different variety from what I've already got. So yeah, I'm having a go at propagating stuff under the polytunnel because it's been pretty warm, but it feels a lot cooler today, and it's supposed to get quite a lot colder tomorrow, so I'll probably be moving stuff back to the windowsill. And then under the fleece over here, just got another courgette plant, which I put under there to make space for the lettuce. So moving over, what else can I show you? I made myself a little watering can for watering seedlings. It works quite well. Just pierced a hole in the lid. What else? Oh yeah, so yesterday I planted another row of peas and set out another set of canes, and then the canes at the back I've set up strings running across. Have a look at that, move around the back. Okay, so there's strings already here for the peas to latch onto. They have these kind of tendrils that stick out, and as soon as they hit something they kind of wrap around it. Yeah, you can see this one over here has already wrapped itself around the netting. So yeah, getting the support in before they actually need it is handy. Once they get going, they shoot up really quickly. So the other peas that I've got, ones that are germinated and ones that I'm waiting to germinate, I'll put in the very front of this bed, and I'll pick those just to use for salads. The rest I'll grow on for the full pea crop. Over here is my blackberry and raspberry. They're both growing on very nicely, particularly the raspberry. You can see some flowers coming, so we should get some fruit this year. The vine that was chewed through by the squirrels, I planted up. It's not doing much. I think it's probably going to die back, but we'll give it a chance. We'll leave it there. Under the fleece I've got the onion sets and the radish that you saw me sow. That won't be doing anything yet. It seems nice and cosy under there, under the fleece. And over to the cloche. My chard's doing well. I had some of that last night in stir fry. The basil that I've potted up seems to be doing okay. We'll see how we go with that. More rainbow chard there, and the herb fennel is growing well. Smells really nice. Strawberries putting on some growth, and the herbs. I've sown a load more herbs. Hopefully they'll come through. The strawberry plant up here again, fresh growth coming through, and that's about it for now. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.